There's more to imagine when you listen. So let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app today to get free delivery on your first 3 orders, while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. That's what you'll feel with Boll & Branch's best-selling signature sheets in 100% organic cotton. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. Start getting your best night's sleep in sheets that get softer and softer for years to come. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee. Plus, get 15% off with your first order at bollandbranch.com. Code WONDERY15. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
Welcome to How to Survive with Danielle and Christine, the show that teaches you how to survive the things that can kill you.
Like earthquakes. How about LA in the 90s?
Oh my God.
Jewish space lasers?
We didn't talk about that in the show. We were just talking about it now.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, and the things
It doesn't always have to be stuff that we talk about in the show, does it?
And the things that just make you wish you were dead.
This moment.
Exactly. I'm sorry.
How about schooling your focus group?
Yeah.
Or being a debate party dumbass?
Yep, all those things.
You know what never makes me want to kill myself?
Our theme song?
Yeah.
Wow. Put that on your hotline.
We nailed this one.
Play it. That was hilarious.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Goblin down, Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. How to survive. How to survive.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, hi there.
Oh, it's so nice to see you.
We're both wearing striped tank tops.
It's Striped Day.
Yeah, striped day.
It's a stripy year.
It's a belty year.
It's always a belty year.
You said you did something dumb, and I want to know immediately what it is.
Okay. So this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you recall that I invited you to a Kamala Harris debate watch party.
Yeah.
So there are all these, things you can do to help Kamala win, right?
Did you give money to Trump?
Not that dumb.
Okay.
But close. So I had signed up to host a debate watch party.
Okay.
That I was like, yeah, I'm going to just invite a few of my friends.
Uh-huh.
Meaning like 3 people.
Okay.
I don't really like people that much.
Right.
I wasn't going to have like a huge party. I'm not a huge party kind of person. And so you do it through, it's like the DNCC, through another organization called Mobilize. And I just signed up and I was like, great. And then I started getting all these emails that was like, Rishi has RSVP'd for your event. Marlon has RSVP'd for your event.
Wait, what?
Josie has RSVP'd for your event. And it was like suddenly all these RSVPs. And I was like, what is happening?
Oh, my God.
Didn't do it right.
You invited a bunch of strangers to your house.
my address and was posted publicly to host a public watch party at my house. So it was just online.
No.
And all these people started RSVPing to come to my house.
This is a sitcom moment.
So I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. I mean, so
then you're going to get people from Craigslist who want to help with the backyard treehouse thing. They're going to show up.
that would be fine. I mean, maybe this was a good idea. I could offload the quail and get somebody to take the snake, get somebody to help build Benji's treehouse.
Here's the catch. You have to leave with something.
You have
and
to
it
leave-
has to be alive.
Yeah, you have to leave with a living creature. So then I went on and I was trying to cancel it. And then I sent out, but all I could figure out how to do was how to email all the people to say this event has been canceled.
Okay.
And then people started emailing me back and they were like, so do you know of any other watch parties? And are they normally at people's houses? Or are they at bars? Or
Okay.
And I was like, so then I'm having conversations with people.
Oh my God, this is so funny.
And then I'm reaching out to Mobilize and I'm like, can you please help me? I can't figure out. I felt like a boomer. I was like, I can't figure out how to cancel it.
Right.
And they're emailing me back and they're like, well, send us the link. And they sent me a screenshot of the how to do it.
Yeah.
But like it didn't match my
I
screen.
hate that. I hate
and I was
that.
like, this isn't what mine looks like.
Right.
You have a different screen. And I figured it out finally how to cancel it. But in the meantime, more people were RSVPing.
Unbelievable.
I had to send out another thing saying like, this is canceled. And somebody else emailed me and said, my friend forwarded me your invite.
No.
It was like a comedy of errors.
I hope like at least one person shows up tonight at your house.
I think
one stranger.
I think people are going to show up.
You do?
I'm worried. And people are going to show up at my house.
Are you going to prepare in case they do? Or you just
Light
gonna
snacks?
Say, yeah. Are you going to have light snacks?
Oh.
So what did you think? So you thought, I'll invite 3 people over and that will somehow help the candidate? Like, why would you have to sign up with Mobilize to invite 3 of your friends over?
I just wanted to feel like I was part of something.
Yeah.
You know, like where I'm like,
Right.
I'm another person hosting a debate watch party. And it just was a thing to do, you know, like postcarding or giving money to the campaign.
Oh
like,
my God.
It made me feel like now I'm doing another thing.
I thought you were going to say that it was one of those things where they're going to film you watching. Like when they're like, we go to the bar in Boston to, see people watching the debate.
And then
like,
I have to let all the strangers
yes.
come over.
Well, before you even said the strangers, I thought that's what you meant. Like
Oh my
it was
God.
going to be you and your friends, but
And then none of you are coming.
and then none of us are coming. It's just going to be you sad there in front of. Oh my God.
That would be even
that's
weirder. Then I
so
just have to
funny.
gather all the animals around.
Yeah. Oh,
Benji'd
that's
have to be
so
holding
funny.
his turtle. Alex would have to hold his snake.
I
Sven,
completely forgot about the
Sven
turtle.
would have to be holding the quail. And then I'd have the dog and the cat on me.
Oh my God, that's
And then that would be our
amazing.
debate watch party. Guys,
Yeah.
we've talked about this before.
Okay.
But we're coming back.
Bears.
Bears. Actually, worse.
Okay.
Earthquakes.
Oh.
And the reason we're bringing it back
yeah.
is because it's an earthquake summer.
I thought it was a brat summer.
It's a belty year. It's a brat summer. It's
Okay.
also an earthquake summer.
All right.
And a lot of our listeners are in an earthquake zone.
Yep.
So I want to remind everyone safety and how to survive.
Okay.
I want to thank the USGS. I want to thank the Red Cross, LAist, Policy Genius. They helped me out with today's episode. Guys, did you know that just a few days ago, 2 quakes hit Oxnard, California?
Nope.
Yeah. They were the largest in a series of smaller quakes that have been shaking that area recently. Now, people who live in Oxnard might want to know if a bigger quake is coming.
Okay.
5% chance. That's always the chance after earthquakes, that there's a 5% chance that another one's going to come.
So not an aftershock, but a new,
Yes.
brand new.
Yes.
Brand new to you.
Brand new.
Okay.
What states do most earthquakes occur? What do you guys think?
I think we've talked about this. Hawaii, California. I remember there was something like what we wouldn't expect, maybe in the Midwest or East Coast or something.
I'm going to tell you, it's California and Alaska.
Oh, okay.
Alaska has crazy, like 7.7
Really?
and over every year.
Really?
What 45 states and territories are at risk for earthquakes.
That's a lot.
So only Florida, Iowa, North Dakota, and Wisconsin have not had any earthquakes from 1975 through 1995.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to live in any of those states, I think Wisconsin might be a pretty good place.
Okay.
I mean, if you got to pick from those 4.
I like cheese.
There you go. Okay. Oh, here's what I was saying about Alaska. They have a magnitude 7 earthquake every year and a magnitude 8 or greater every 14 years.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
And we just never hear.
I know, we never hear about it.
It might not be as devastating because there's not a lot of people living there.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think that I know that climate change is to blame for the icebergs melting, but do you think it also could an earthquake like shake up a flow and, like split it in half?
It seems very reasonable. Right? I didn't come across that in my research, but
okay.
I'm going to say that seems like a probable
Seems like a good
likelihood.
Movie. Yeah.
I want to see The Rock in that movie.
Sure.
Why not?
Yep.
Or you know what? Why not Glenn Powell? He's our new movie star.
I was going to say it sounds like a Glenn Powell movie.
But
yeah.
see, Glenn Powell doesn't have the arm strength to hold the iceberg together, and The Rock does.
That's true.
So he'll hold it together
Yeah.
while someone else just starts pouring water on it so that it melts and seals
You're
back
right.
up.
And you know what? I don't want Glenn Powell to be ever entered into the Marvel universe because I don't want him to roid out. I like him just like he is.
I think he auditioned for something.
He might-
He said he flubbed some audition
Good.
for some
Keep flubbing.
character. Yeah.
I don't want him getting all big.
They showed what Hugh Jackman looked like when he started Wolverine and what he looks like now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think the before was probably better.
I like
it wasn't
before,
so
yeah.
crazy muscular.
I don't like all that. No, thank
It's
you.
a little too much.
All right. So let's talk about California for a second. We have a lot of our listeners are in California.
Okay.
A lot in Oregon. They also have some pretty major earthquake risk. Regarding California, the big one is coming. We don't know exactly when, okay? But we know it'll be at least 44 times stronger than Northridge.
Gee, what?
Yeah. And
What?
11 times stronger than the Ridgecrest quake in 2019, okay? So that means a 7.8 magnitude or higher quake striking along the San Andreas Fault, okay? So because it's a higher magnitude, it's going to also last longer than Northridge. Where you are is going to play the largest factor in how this feels for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when's it going to happen? You probably want to know that, right?
So when people say we're due,
Yeah.
because I never understand why they're saying that. You're saying scientifically we actually are due?
Yes. Yes, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
That's what you want to know, and it's coming next.
Okay.
Carrie C. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, or his actually.
Is it the letter C?
It's-
because I think you are.
Sieh?
Okay.
It could be Psy, could be C. I'm going to go with C.
All right.
And it's Carrie with a K. It could be a man.
Yep.
The inventor of the entire field of paleoseismology has determined that big quakes like this occur on the southern San Andreas every 45 to 230 years, and we haven't had one in 161 years. So we are in the window now.
Oh, okay.
So we're due. Some might say overdue.
Yeah.
Or it could happen any time in our lifetime.
That there will be something 44 times more destructive
Yes.
or
stronger than Northridge.
Uh-huh. That was 92 Northridge? Something like that. 93?
94, I
94,
believe.
okay.
Okay. I checked both your addresses to find out if you
Oh.
live in a fault
Okay.
or liquefaction zone. I think I'm saying that correctly. Neither one of you live in a fault zone, but you both live in a liquefaction zone.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay. I don't live in either, but I got the fire stuff, so I'm not. So I'm going to open this up. So it means liquefaction is when an earthquake happens, solid earth loses strength and acts as a liquid.
Okay.
So I think that's not good.
It doesn't sound good.
One thing
Can I put it in a giant Stanley Cup?
you could try that.
Okay.
What you might want to consider, though, instead, both of you, is earthquake insurance. It's none of this is covered under homeowner insurance.
No, I'm pretty sure we have earthquake insurance.
So, earthquake insurance is pretty expensive
Yeah.
for homeowners. Guess what, though? For renters, Garen, Very affordable.
I might have to look into
You
that.
can get it for like as little as $35 for an entire year. Because if your building, was destroyed, none of your stuff would be covered.
Before you buy it, do you have anything worth more than $35 that you would not want destroyed?
I mean, I do have things that are worth more than $35.
Oh, you have all those DVDs.
Yeah, like that as a whole.
TV,
is worth
gaming
my television.
stuff.
I've got a Michael Myers statue.
All
that
your collectibles.
is probably worth.
You have a
$2,000.
Michael Myers statue? Wait, how tall is this, life size?
No. It's like this tall, like base to that.
Okay.
It's very
General
cool.
renter's insurance is also pretty affordable, but it won't cover earthquakes. So it's good to have both, and they're both really affordable generally. I would recommend it because
$35 a year. I mean, that's nothing.
So I have some pros and cons of earthquake insurance. I'll include them in the newsletter because I think I would just say to everyone, if you're able to swing it, it's worth it. Well, I shouldn't say it's worth it. I don't know for sure because I haven't lost my home in an earthquake and then had to deal with it. But we do know FEMA historically is not, I mean, just look at the Hurricane Katrina and what people had to deal with FEMA. So I wouldn't count on FEMA to come, rescue you. So I want to let you know that the shakeout scenario did a study on what would happen, a 7.8 earthquake hitting along the southern San Andreas Fault on a non-windy day at about 9 a.m. will look like this. 1,800 people will die.
Jesus.
1,600 fires will ignite, and most of them will be big ones. 750 people will be trapped inside collapsed buildings.
Wait, how many collapsed in collapsed buildings?
750.
Okay.
270,000 people will be immediately displaced from their homes.
Jesus.
50,000 people will need ER care. 11 days out, people will start to drink more. I'm like, why 11? Why not right away? Search and rescue efforts will last for 19 days. All right, so how likely is this scenario? Okay. Lucy Jones, if you've heard her name, she's famously our earthquake expert. She was, I think, on the John Mulaney episode.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that one, but I guess it's been like Emmy nominated. Maybe it won an Emmy. I know Emmys just went out. Our friend Jesse Gaskell won an Emmy.
You're kidding.
Yeah, just the other night.
For
Conan. Yeah.
So those Emmys have already been handed out?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Creative Arts
Creative
Emmys.
Congratulations.
I
Very
know.
exciting.
She's very exciting. Then she was very sick the next day, so God punished her.
Jesus.
She took an Emmy away from a man.
Oh, that's true. How dare she?
Okay, so she says, this will happen. We're not stopping plate tectonics, okay? So the USGS, which is the United States Geological, Society? Suckers. Has some tangible estimates on a strong or major event in Los Angeles in the next 30 years. There's a 60% chance that it'll be a magnitude 6.7.
Jeez.
There's a 46% chance that it'll be an earthquake measuring magnitude 7.
Okay.
There's a 31% chance that'll be an earthquake measuring magnitude 7.5. So we have the information. It's happening, guys.
All right.
I'm not sugarcoating it.
Well, how big was the Northridge one? Do we know?
We do.
We do, but I don't remember exactly, but maybe Garen can look it up for me.
Do you want to know now? You want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
6.7.
Okay. And then you said there's a 60% chance there'll be a 6.7.
Yeah.
So it'll be akin to what
At least, yeah,
Okay.
as bad. So, okay. So I'm going to tell you guys what to do when it hits, not if. I'm sorry to be so
Yeah, you're just scaring
doom
the
and
pants,
gloom.
the
But
shorts
you guys,
off of me.
I want you to know it's going to happen.
I mean,
we live here. It's going to happen.
It's just the way that it seems like there's a lot of earthquakes happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
That's true.
that
There have been a
it's-
lot.
This is, I mean, we should pay attention is what I'm saying.
You probably remember this from elementary school, so I'm going to just be repeating some information. Stop, drop, take cover, hold on. I'm going to break it down in even smaller, little tiny parts. Stop. Do not run. Do not run. Do not run.
Okay.
Got it?
Don't run.
Don't run. Who wants to run anyway?
I hate running.
God fucking, who likes to, people that like to run,
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
Now my back hurts every time I run, so I can't.
Your back is telling you something smart. Stop it. Okay?
Yep.
My back hurts and I don't even run. Do not flee the building. Even if you are worried about becoming trapped in rubble, outside is not a good situation. Shit's falling down, bricks and buildings.
Yep.
Not the building you're in, hopefully. Okay, drop. Get down on the ground before the earthquake throws you down on the ground.
Okay.
Take cover. Get under something to protect your neck and head. Get under a table or desk. Things are flying through the air. Okay, even that cheap Target desk
Yeah.
can protect you. Okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so now that you're under something, stay there. Hold on to the leg of that table or desk to keep you from getting tossed around. So you're like, I don't have a table. Oh my God, I don't have a desk.
Right.
So get into an interior wall away from the windows. Do
Right.
not get in a doorway.
Right. That's old.
That's old hacky science. Okay, there's no, it's not even science. There's no science to back up getting in a doorway. And you know what's in a doorway? Doors, often.
But it makes sense because it seems like if the rest of the building collapsed, the doorway would stay up, no? It seems to have
maybe-
some logic.
It seems to, but I would say
No. Okay.
don't do it. I mean, if your choice is a doorway or a giant wall of glass, I
Yeah.
would say pick the doorway.
Right,
But
okay, sure.
Okay, so here are some post-quake danger signs. Will the building collapse? Okay, so even if the big one hits, the likelihood that you'll be in a building that completely collapses is pretty low.
Okay.
Here are some common types of building damage to look out for in an earthquake. So you're in the building, the earthquake happened. So if you see visible cracks like an X shape, that can indicate the building may be unsafe.
Or there's treasure.
Wall separation. Besides structural concerns and possibility of collapse, materials falling away from the sides of the building can be deadly. That's why running outside during the shaking is so perilous, right?
Perhaps an eave or
Yes.
a canopy.
Yes.
Yes.
Those gargoyles.
The gargoyles in my house. I mean, they're attractive, but
I love
they're
your
dangerous.
gargoyles.
Thank you.
You know, it's
we
one of
put
my
little Santa hats on them for Christmas. Yeah.
I like the little what are those trilbies at St. Patrick's Day? Is that a trilby hat that they wear?
I thought a trilby was something else.
I don't know what a trilby
I don't
is.
know. I thought,
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like what I was going to say, like a shamrock wears. Guys, am I
A
losing my mind?
leprechaun? Okay. A green top hat?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know what a trilby is either.
A trilby is a lyric in some song that Jimmy always sings, and I can't.
This is a trilby hat.
Oh, so I'm not so far off.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Not as round, though.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I did meet a leprechaun once that wore a trilby, so it's been,
Oh,
it really stuck
he
with
was an
me.
iconoclast. It's like, I'm going to do it my own way.
He's a private detective leprechaun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really solved some crimes in my life. If cracks are numerous and severe and there are obvious signs of structural deficiencies, like a lean in the building, evacuate immediately. Unless you're in the Leaning Tower of Pisa,
Pisa, right.
It's already like that.
It's, yeah.
If it straightens,
Oh, then you're in trouble.
Get out.
Holy ghost.
right. What if a building does collapse? Okay, so if you're in a collapsed building, you're not probably going to be able to dig yourself out. You're going to have to wait to be rescued. Okay, so if you're under a desk or a table, good because you've built some airspace.
Yeah.
But bad because you're in
So
a collapsed
scary,
building.
yeah.
Right? Text as many people as you can with your location and medical status. So you've lost your electricity, but cell towers in general have 4 hours of backup power.
So I'm like, under my desk in my bedroom, my doctors say I have a vitamin deficiency.
Yes, please send iron.
Well, you said that your medical status,
Yes.
so I'm just going off of
Please send iron pills
Yeah.
and a tire iron.
right, all iron things, iron shavings,
Yes.
and iron to my clothes are
My
certainly
clothes-
wrinkled at this point.
Send an iron.
Send an iron,
But it has to be battery operated iron because
right? Because the electricity is. I wonder if that exists.
a battery operated
Yeah,
iron.
I don't think so. But they're so hard to maneuver with the plug.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god, the cord and everything.
I try to never use one.
Yeah, you've said that. I don't either.
Yeah. Ugh.
If I need something ironed, I just give it to
Throw
Jimmy.
it away.
I usually just put it in the bathroom and hope that the steam from the
I do
shower
that. Yeah.
will.
If not, I just am like, forget it. This is getting donated. I don't want anything I have to iron. Throw it away.
Throw it away.
I'm going to get a bad review about that. Okay. I can't believe you just waste your clothes. Do better.
Do better.
Don't waste time calling 911, okay? Those calls are not going to go through. Those lines are going to be super backed up.
Okay.
Just text your top 8.
Okay.
That's an old reference, guys. If
Yeah.
you don't know, if you kids don't know out there,
Is that from
MySpace?
Yeah.
MySpace was so stressful. I'm glad it's gone. Okay. Make noise so people can find you, but don't scream. You're going to waste your oxygen and you're going to lose your beautiful voice.
Oh.
Bang something.
Yeah.
Not your head.
No.
Hopefully you've got something you can bang
Well,
with.
hopefully you have your cell phone. Just bang your cell phone against the table leg.
Not until you break it. Hopefully, you know what you've got to have? You've got to have your big metal water bottle.
Right.
Bang, bang, bang. And it's
Yeah.
full of water. Speaking of water, keep some water at your desk or at home. Hopefully you have water at home. It could be life-saving. So people that get trapped in collapsed buildings sometimes die of dehydration, not injuries.
So they're saying just keep a bottle of water under your desk at all times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, guys, you've heard me say this on many episodes. So I'm going to sound like a broken record. Or radio. Have a battery powered
yes.
or crank radio, because this is going to be your most reliable source of news updates when you've got no internet. You're going to lose internet. You're going to lose phone. You're going to lose contact because we're going to lose electricity.
So they want you to set up like a tent under your, like George Costanza in that episode where he just sleeps under the desk. They want you to put crank radio, a thing of water, an extra cell phone.
Yes.
And
Pretend
snacks.
you're a child who's building a fort.
Exactly.
Will you be able to leave town? You might be wondering. Because I want to get out of here because this place is like a, apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah.
You might. Do you have a full tank of gas? And do you have money? And is your family all together? And are the roads drivable? What are your concerns if you are staying? Fires, I just talked about. So remember that earlier report I said about the 1,600 fires? Mm-hmm. So
yes,
a lot of those fires, 1,200 of them are going to be big ones that are going to join other big ones and become bigger ones.
Jesus.
The San Francisco 1906 earthquake is more often referred to as the San Francisco fire.
Oh.
So there's a reason because it creates so many fires. Okay. So your other big problem is water. So hopefully you've still got a nice clean water supply coming into your home, but the odds are a pipe is cracked and you've got leaking sewage water into your line. Ugh. So you don't have fresh water anymore. So now you're boiling the water if you still have gas.
Right.
So maybe you're boiling your water.
Or you have an electric stove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's possible that LA could be on a boil water warning for 18 months after such an earthquake. Okay.
18 months?
Yeah. Here's my major hot tip.
Yes.
Buy water.
Yes.
And secondly, this is a sexy tip. Have your documents in order.
Right.
Keep deeds, titles, insurance, all the other important types of papers backed up on the cloud. Keep copies at home in fire-safe boxes. I'm sure we are not this prepared at home. Okay. Here's some preparations. We've gone over this. I'm going to not spend a lot of time doing it, but I want to just give you the greatest hits. Okay. So if you want a more thorough guide, FEMA has a PDF you can download that's so thorough.
Okay.
Heavy items that are in high cabinets, move them to the low cabinets.
Right.
Secure your shelves, bookcases, armoires. Do you anchor these items to wall studs directly or with straps and tethers? Do you guys have your TV anchored?
Oh, no.
No,
We have ours anchored.
It's not on a wall. Well, the one in the bedroom is on the wall, but the other one is. Oh no, it's not. What am I talking about? Neither of our TVs are on a wall.
Okay.
We don't live in a hospital.
But I mean, do you have it on something that could fall off?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should
definitely
tether it
Okay.
to the wall. Like ours is on a vanity.
Yeah. Oh, but
we
it's
have
still
it-
tethered.
We have it
Okay.
tethered.
All right.
Anything large that could fall over, tether it.
Like your 3 foot high Michael Myers statue.
That Michael Myers could
that
fall
should
on
not
you.
be on a. That should not be on a high.
Do you have 2 safe exits from your home that are free of clutter?
Yes.
Garen just laughed, so I'm going to take that as a no.
I mean, my front door. Actually, I do. Yeah. Because
Okay.
I cleared off my balcony.
Don't store toxic or flammable materials in your home.
Oh. Okay.
Heavy mirrors and pictures with at least 2 support points anchored into studs with closed hooks.
Okay.
I don't. You know what I do? All my frames. It's not glass. It's all.
Oh.
I do all
Plastic. Plexiglass.
plexiglass. That's
Okay.
non-glare, so you can change that out. Secure your hot water heater. You can do this easily. Okay. Plus, you don't want to lose 40 gallons of water because that's a water source.
Right.
Okay. You can do this. Order the parts on Amazon. Make a family plan. You want to have everyone should know where the emergency contact numbers are. You should identify what the safe areas of your home are so you guys all know where to go. Have a readily accessible first aid kit. You can download the first aid app onto your smartphone. There's a lot of free ones. I downloaded the Red Cross one.
Okay.
I think that's pretty smart because then even if there's any kind of first aid emergency, not to do with an earthquake, you can just go to your first aid app quickly and go, I need to do CPR.
Wow.
Right?
That's great.
Okay.
I will do that.
Keep a flashlight with fresh batteries and a pair of sturdy shoes by each bed in your home.
Right. No flip-flops, no
Just something that
12-inch wedges.
Yeah. I mean, I have my good Birkenstocks always under my bed.
Right. Okay.
Because the broken glass thing is what a lot of people got injured by during Northridge.
Yeah.
It's getting out of their bed, going to check on their kids.
Aren't Birkenstocks open-toed?
No, Birkenstocks are slippers. They're different things, but my Birkenstocks are closed. Okay. Know where your electrical panel and shut-off valves for water and gas. Know to shut off each utility. I don't know any of this. Do you guys know this stuff?
I have a husband who does that shit.
I do too, but he could die. I hope he doesn't. It would make my life so hard. Okay.
I think I know how to shut off the power.
Keep your gas tank at half full or more at all times. I bet you and Jimmy always do.
We have electric cars.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
keep it charged.
yeah, I generally do.
Check your smoke, gas, CO, and CO2 detectors. Replace batteries. Do you have those in your apartment? I mean, that's your landlord should.
I know there's one. One of them has been removed because it wouldn't stop beeping.
Oh God.
Okay. Check that, Garen. Put that on your list, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop talking about and go to a story.
Let's do it.
Because the rest of the stuff, guys, you're just going to have to go to the FEMA guide. Otherwise, I won't have time to tell you the story, and I want to tell you the story. All right?
Yep.
This is a story that is from the Turkey-Syria earthquake.
Oh.
Okay? Rescues are still pulling people alive from the rubble 9 days after earthquakes struck Turkey, even though many of the operations across the 10 affected provinces are largely focusing on recovering bodies. This was in February 2023.
Okay.
At a state hospital in Osmaniye, southern Turkey, some survivors recounted the horror of being trapped under their collapsed homes and spoke about what life might hold for them next. I'm going to share one story from a young high school student, age 17. Her name is Gülhan Vizne. I might be mispronouncing her name. I apologize for that. I didn't understand what was going on at first. I ran for the door to escape the building, and that second, our one-story building collapsed on us, Gülhan and her mother, Özlem. A wardrobe fell and crushed my ankle.
Ooh.
I thought I was going to die, that it was impossible to get out. There was very little space. It was full of dust and really hard to breathe. I'm still coughing because the dust scratched my lungs. I could hear my mother shouting, Kazim, Kazim, my girl, where are you? I was also shouting, but my mother couldn't hear me as I was trapped pretty deep inside the building. I hit a door with a stone to make some noise. At first, no one could reach me as the aftershocks were continuing. People were in shock, and only my mother tried to help me. Even with her broken ribs, she tried to pull me out of a hole that even a cat couldn't pass through. Eventually, more relatives and rescuers came to help. There was no light, only the light from my phone. The rescuers were shining a flashlight in to make me more comfortable because the dark made me feel afraid. It felt like years under there. I was thinking about my mother because she has cancer, and I was worried about her. They, the rescuers, couldn't lift the rubble off me, so they dug a really small tunnel, but my foot was stuck. I was trying to motivate myself, telling myself, you've almost made it. But I passed out 3 or 4 times in those hours. But I had no time to panic. I was just trying to describe the situation and help the rescuers. Remove that stone. Move that wardrobe. Take out that door. I'm like, God, stop giving her jobs.
Jesus Christ. Leave it. Give a woman, she has to multitask, right? I got to.
During her own rescue.
Yeah, I got to keep myself alive. I've got to stay awake, and I've got to tell these guys what to do.
Jeez Louise. I was trying to give orders. It was so serious. I couldn't panic. I was the only one who could describe how I was stuck. They found a saw to cut the wardrobe to rescue me. I had been under there for about 4 hours. I was in so much pain. Whenever they touched me, I was in agony. The police came in, took me to different hospitals, but they had all collapsed, the hospitals. I assume not the police.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4 hospitals. And finally, I made it here. My ankle and collarbone are broken, and I've broken some ribs. They will do an operation on my ankle when the swelling goes down because the bone is smashed.
Oof.
They'll put some plates and screws in, but my phone didn't get a scratch. Laughs. The aftershocks still continue several times a day. I feel like a huge earthquake is going to happen again, so I'm scared. And another one did. Another big earthquake did happen because I read another survivor story. We are planning to move to Konya in central Turkey after I leave hospital. My father rented us a house there because here most places were damaged. I was born in Kahramanmaraş, but grew up in Osmaniye. It will be very hard to leave. I'm in the last year of high school. My family, my friends, they're here. My aunt is in Konya, and we're going there because it's not in an earthquake zone. I want to go to college and become a kindergarten teacher. I love kids, but all plans are on hold for the moment.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so, but you know what? We joked about her having to take charge, but obviously that was a good thing because they kept her calm because she had a job to do.
She had a job to do.
That's sort of a saving grace.
And I thought
so
it was
scary.
interesting that she used the stone to make noise. It was so smart instead of using up her oxygen.
Yeah, just like you said. That's really, oh, poor thing. Wow.
Yeah, there were quite a few
Smashed
stories
ankle.
of people being trapped, and but there were too many for me to share a lot,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to share the one that I.
Oh my God. I told you about the time a armoire fell on me, right?
No.
I was a kid. I don't know how old I was. Over 9. I don't know. Maybe I was in high school. I don't know how old I was, but I had this armoire, and we all know I'm quite short. I can't reach anything, so I would stand up
Yeah.
in the armoire to reach the higher.
Yeah.
And it fell on me.
Oh my God.
The entire armoire
Oh my
fell on
God.
me. Somehow, because of the clothes or whatever,
Yeah.
I was fine.
You fell inside of it, probably.
I basically fell inside. I was like, on one shelf. I don't know. And I was just like, guys, mom, dad, what are they? It's probably like, And they came and they lifted it off of me, and I was fine.
I'm so glad.
then they had it, what you said, fastened to the wall
Yes.
after that. But yeah, that wasn't even an earthquake. That was just me and my body weight knocking the entire thing over.
I'm glad they fastened it.
Yeah.
It's funny because they could have also just said, "Don't step on the armoire."
Well, we did live in Los Angeles.
it's good
and
that they did.
I think
Yeah.
they were probably like, I think they did. I think they fastened it after that. Yeah, for the earthquakes.
Yeah,
so I
you could have
totally know
suffocated
what
in
those
there.
people
You
had
do
to go through in
you,
Turkey.
You had the same experience.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Everybody stay safe. I'm sorry if I scared you.
Get down on the ground.
Yeah.
Go under your table and hold on because we'll be right back
Yeah, nice.
after this.
Are you struggling to close deals? Cold outreach is wasting the time of both the buyer and seller at every stage, especially when sellers are using shallow and outdated data. Your organization can overcome these challenges with technology that translates comprehensive, high-quality buyer data into real-time insights. These deeper insights empower sales reps and teams to adopt the habits of top performers, which leads to better outcomes, like more pipeline, higher win rates, and larger deals. We call this deep sales. And we've built the first deep sales platform with the next generation of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/trial and get started.
Canva presents your work horoscope for this week. Deadlines are in retrograde, which we all know can bring some intense energy. Our advice: fend off this forecast with Canva. Like Canva whiteboards to counter creative blocks, and Canva docs for clarity in communications. If you have any sales deals coming through, results will be in your favor with Canva presentations, manifesting many wins for you. It's a great week to love your work at canva.com.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Welcome back.
Hi, welcome back yourself.
I'm so happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you. Garen, I can please take your leave.
Garen looks nice today, though.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
I like his frames. I like his haircut.
They're new.
Oh, are they?
They're flattering.
Yeah, I just got them.
You just wear those to be
Weeks
cool.
ago.
You don't really need to
Oh, no.
wear glasses,
I've
right?
got 15-15 vision.
You know that's not a thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the right direction, though, right?
No.
Isn't the lower the stronger your
Yeah, but
eyes are?
one would always be 20.
Oh.
So 20/20 is ideal, and then it's like 40/20 or
2015. 2015.
Oh God! All right. Okay. Well,
Yes.
on the first half of the show, We talked about how to survive earthquakes. And now we're also going to talk about how to survive earthquakes with our very special guest, Brendan Smith.
See what we did there?
How are you?
Hi, Brendan.
Hi.
Hi. So Brendan hosts a couple of podcasts. One you co-host called Rock Tales with Amit Zappa and I'm not going to remember the other guy's name. Oh,
Richard Sheltinga.
Sheltinga.
Oh, that's a cool last name.
Yes. And you guys talk about rock and roll.
We talk about rock. We have
Nice.
cocktails, and we talk about rock.
Fun.
And we have guests.
Okay.
A lot of our favorite artists from the world of sort of classic rock and metal.
Nice.
We had a show on Sirius Radio for a number of years, but they got rid of that channel. We were on the Rock Talk channel.
Oh,
Because they had to pay $2 billion for Smartless.
1,000%. Yes. And so now we're just doing it. We're live on YouTube on Friday nights.
Oh,
and
great.
A lot of our followers came with us.
Wonderful.
Oh, fun.
The people from the Volume channel on Sirius XM.
Yep.
And we're having a blast.
Cool.
And having a lot of great guests lately. And
Who's
just having
been?
fun.
Who are
Who's
some
been?
of your... Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Sebastian Bach. We just had Sebastian
Nice.
Bach from Skid Row, of
Nice.
course. Moon Zappa. She has
Yes.
a brand new
Yes,
book out.
I read about
So,
it.
yeah.
Not the book yet, but I read about the book on the LA Times.
she
Yes,
just
and
came on?
I heard her on Howard Stern talking about
you did?
it. Wait, is that what I heard her on? No. I know what I heard her on. I heard her on Bananas for Bonanza. She was on that show talking about her book.
Yeah, so she came on Rock Tales to talk about the
Awesome.
book. Gene Simmons just called in. I believe
Amazing.
your husband was in
Yes.
the studio when Gene Simmons
Whoa.
actually called in, so Jimmy got to ask him a question.
That's
which was
Yes.
so cool.
super fun.
One of my favorite
That-
childhood bands was Kiss. First concert I went to.
You read Kiss Fan.
What's that?
You read
Do
Kiss
I?
Fan.
Do I read
Sure.
Kiss Fan? Yes, first concert I went to.
And actually, you hung out with my son at a Kiss concert. Isn't that true?
Yeah, 100%. It's so hearing about Oliver going to these concerts and then seeing Oliver at a concert is
Yeah.
just an awesome thing.
Did
Right
you
there.
have a guest that, for you as a rock fan, I assume, really was such a starstruck moment for you, or like that you were so kind of just thrilled and excited about?
Yes,
I would love to hear
I
who
have.
that was.
And a number of them on Sirius. We got to talk to Joe Elliott from Def Leppard. I've loved Def Leppard
Okay.
my whole life. We had Gene Simmons and
Yes.
Paul Stanley on
Oh my
as
God, I would
well.
die.
In person.
No, then that was via Zoom.
Okay.
But in person, we had Joe Satriani, the
uh-huh.
amazing guitar player who Jimmy and I just saw the other night. So many people. Kiefer Sutherland was super
Whoa,
great. Of
That's
all like
cool.
weird people.
Yeah.
Is
But-
he really
he
into
into
rock?
rock?
Is that
Well, here the thing about our show that's a little different is that it's Amit Zappa is the prime engine.
okay?
So Amit Zappa, son of Frank,
Yes.
does not have the interviewer's gene. And he doesn't approach shows as an interview.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And he also has a confidence in this world
Okay.
that is wholly unique in that he is not starstruck by anybody.
Oh, okay.
And he talks to them as peers.
Sure.
So I have learned to follow that
Yeah.
course,
Yes.
even though secretly I think part of my job is to keep certain things on track and to keep interviews moving in sort of a linear fashion.
Makes sense.
I guess if you grew up with Frank Zappa as your dad, and there's always interesting people coming over, that maybe you're a little less starstruck.
Adoring.
1,000.
Yes.
That's the whole thing, because actually their house was crazy, and I'd been there when like you're in the kitchen, you're having a Coke, you're having some cookies, and Rutger Hauer just walks through
Seriously.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's Eric Idle on the couch just hanging out.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have learned, even though I'm secretly like, oh my God, I can't believe we're talking to Joe Elliott.
Sure.
I have learned to just sort of relax, not worry about interviewing. And if Amit wants to spend the hour talking about, have you guys ever been to Fashion Square and what's your favorite store? Then, like, that's where we're going to go.
yes.
Oh,
So-
Fashion Square was my jam when I was a kid.
Was it really?
Of course, I grew up in the
You
Valley.
grew up in the
But that's probably fun for them too, right?
I think yes, it is, because they are so used to rote questions.
Yes.
And a lot of times, especially when we were on Sirius, we would have people, they were on their 4th or 5th or 10th interview. They're sitting in
Right.
a hotel room. They're going through all the satellite
Yes.
interviews. They get to us. they're promoting a new thing.
Yeah.
We have a publicist in our ear saying, make sure you talk about X, Y, and Z.
While you're doing it?
While we're doing it, even on especially on Zoom during the pandemic, you would have a publicist who would be like texting us, like, please ask about the thing.
Oh,
Wow.
And Amit wants to talk about the smokehouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Amit's like, when are we going to go to dinner at the smokehouse and what are you ordering?
Hilarious.
You know, like we talked to Kiefer Sutherland about the smokehouse for probably
Oh my
half an hour.
God! You got to get the cheesy garlic bread,
And he
the
agreed.
and the wedge salad.
And he agreed.
Right. And then your other podcast? The
Brandocast.
Brandocast is what?
More of a straight up me talking rock
Okay.
with guests. I've also had a lot of really fun guests. And what I do in the Brandocast is I'll ask someone beforehand, what's your favorite band? Mm-hmm. And then they'll come on. And I will sort of put together a history of that band.
Oh.
And keep coming back to it with a couple songs, like 4 or 5 different sections where I'll say Def Leppard was formed in 1980 in Sheffield, England, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But it's not a nerd off on that band.
Okay.
Because what I've discovered is if someone really loves a band like your husband loves Kiss,
Yeah.
then that's going to take people to when I discovered them, 6th grade. What was 6th grade like? Oh, I had a mean nun.
Yeah.
Dating,
Gotcha. Yeah,
high
yeah.
school, all that stuff.
That
Because
sounds
music
really
is
fun.
connected. So it's a really fun.
Okay, so
Yes.
your story.
Yes.
90s.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm coming up on 30. I will be here 34 years on September 22nd.
Wow.
Okay.
Which is
Where did
crazy.
you come from? Can I ask that?
Basically straight out of college.
Okay.
I went to school in Chicago, moved out here with my closest friends, and we got a house in Hollywood
Wow.
almost right away.
Nice.
So 1990, we're here,
Yeah.
and we're doing it.
And where did you grow up? Chicago?
No, I grew up. I was born in Pittsburgh. Divorce took us to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then school in Chicago. And then it was like, got to get
Gotcha.
to LA. So, yeah. So I've been thinking a lot about the early '90s, which was just an absolutely crazy period of time. With the riots, with
Yes,
OJ,
yes,
with
you're
the
here
Malibu
for it.
fire.
Oh my
I was here for
God.
all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And arguably the most hectic thing.
Yes.
Besides the riots, was the Northridge earthquake
Right.
in January of 1994,
Yes.
which was a bonkers few days.
Yes. So you were living in Hollywood,
I was living in Hollywood.
so close enough that you probably felt it quite
Oh yeah,
a lot.
we were renting. My friends and I were renting a Craftsman home
Nice.
near the corner of Fountain and Fairfax
Oh.
in that historic neighborhood of wonderful Craftsman homes.
Yeah.
We had a pool. Our house was like that house. Our house was
Yeah.
the party house. We had
my
a
God.
pool. It was like after people did plays and after people did this, and we would always have parties. And we just had a ton of interesting people in and
Sounds
out of that
wonderful.
house
Yeah.
for years.
Rutger Hauer would show up. for
Rutger
no
Hauer
reason.
would be there.
sounds like the Joan Didion house that
Yeah.
she lived in with her husband. Remember, in their early Hollywood.
Right.
You guys were like the Didions. I don't think
we
it's-
were
yeah.
the Didions in our early 20s.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a super fun place. So that was the hub of activity. The time of the earthquake, I was also in a relationship that was sort of my major relationship in the 90s.
Okay.
And my girlfriend at the time lived at Sycamore and 2nd, which then Sycamore, like 3rd and La Brea.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I lived there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
that neighborhood, especially
Yes.
in the early 90s, was all actors who had just sort of bumped up to that next level.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
Because the apartments were a little fancy.
They were nice apartments.
They were nice apartments. She was a rising young executive at one of the major networks. I will keep that anonymous.
Okay. Does it have the letter C in it?
It does have the letter C. Very smart. Sharp. So, and the point of that story is that we were in her apartment when the Northridge quake hit. And that hit at around between 4 and 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Late January 1994.
Yes.
And we were young and we were up
Oh.
because we had been being young and being up
Okay.
and smoking and having some cigarettes and hanging out. And we had like literally just gone to bed.
Okay.
And then the quake hit.
So were you asleep?
No, we were not asleep.
Oh, okay.
We
I'm
were
like,
not. We were slightly altered, but not
Gotcha.
bombed out. Not a mess. Enough to where the adrenaline from the initial shock, because I remember there was like first like a jolt, and then it was like, oh wait, okay, that's something is wrong. now I'm completely sober. Then the full quake hit.
So was this the first earthquake you had experienced?
I honestly think that there had been some tremors here and there.
Okay.
Nothing that was like
this.
Like this.
Right.
And not to be an earthquake snob, you grew up here.
Yes.
There has never been one like the Northridge.
No, that was
quake
pretty
since.
insane. Yeah.
Were you here?
No,
You were not here.
not yet. Mm-mm.
You were just a young girl in elementary school.
No,
around this.
I was in college.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I was in college, yeah.
Okay.
Still in Ohio.
So, earthquake hits.
Yeah.
It's big. It's legit. And the first thing that I remember hearing after it felt like a minute, it was probably 30 odd seconds of like really intense shaking and you know, that old apartment building just rolling and moving. And then I remember all the car alarms on Sycamore
Oh my God.
went off.
Yeah.
All
Right.
of them. And she was a little freaked out. I was a little freaked out. And I said, let me go outside and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And by the time I got outside onto the street, almost the entire neighborhood was coming out.
Yeah.
Most people had obviously been asleep for hours.
Right.
And so everyone was like, just like kind of in shock,
Yeah.
turning off car alarms, trying to deal with that. Because that sound just went all night long. And that never stopped, which was crazy. We lost power.
Oh.
Really quickly. Mm-hmm. So I had to go in her car, turn on the car, and just get an assessment of what was going on via the radio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Because there's no internet.
Right.
There's no cell phones.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no Twitter. There's no Facebook.
And you
there's
can't
no nothing.
the TV because the power's off.
Power's
Right.
off. Can't go on the TV.
Right. Where was
So-
your hand cranked radio that Chris always says we should have? Yep.
Should have had
that's
it.
why you should
Yep.
have it.
Like literally should have
Yep.
had it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's I've not thought about. Does that come in earthquake kits? Do you know?
A lot of earthquake kits have them.
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. Because you got to have KFI News Time 10:56
Exactly.
to like
Right.
figure out what's going on.
That's exactly right.
So they were still. I remember sitting in her car and like literally, they're just trying to figure out what's
Right.
going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
what had happened. It's so late.
Yeah.
You couldn't even really see what the damage
Right.
was. And so after things calmed down a little bit and I was able to come back inside and report like, okay, big quake, everyone's dealing, we're okay, check the apartment. We stupidly lit cigarettes off the old gas stove
Oh my God.
because we're so dumb.
Oh my God.
Still a little bit I'll not sober enough to do that, but I remember doing that, which is
Okay.
ridiculous. And then we went to bed. The second part of the story is because the power is off, we slept in.
Okay.
The next thing I know, she's waking up in a panic because, like I said, she was on the rise at a specific network where she did achieve a very
Right.
amazing professional sort of deal. And in these days, she was so freaked out about being late for work.
Oh, there is no panic like oversleeping when you're supposed to be somewhere, especially work.
Yes.
That will send a fucking childlike fear through your
Yes.
whole body.
And you work for some known executives
Yeah.
who want you to be like them, but to be like them, you have to be like fucking the most kick-ass greatest
Right.
thing of
Yeah.
all time. And so she was in an absolute panic. I go back out to try to get some information while she's getting together. Then I go back into the car and I turn on the radio, and I just went between the AM news stations, and then it was just full report of what had happened. Power is still off. That's why
Right.
the alarm
Right.
clock, the old
Yes.
school alarm clock didn't go off.
Right.
No cell phone to wake us up.
Right.
Then I was able to come back and say, I think you're okay today.
Yeah.
I actually think you're not going to go into work.
Yeah.
And then she got on the landline and was able to get in someone and find out that yes, work had been canceled for today, but the city is in chaos.
Wow.
And so I hadn't even been home yet to my place, which wasn't too far away, 3rd and La Brea, Sunset or Fountain and Fairfax. I go home and I'm driving up La Brea, and then I'm seeing little bits of damage and just people disoriented. And when I got home, our the chimney, the whole fireplace, the outdoor fireplace on our Craftsman home, our 1919 Craftsman home, had completely ripped off the side of the house and crashed down into the driveway.
Oh, my God.
Miraculously not crushing one of my roommates' cars.
Yeah.
Because someone decided to park on the street because our driveway was always filled with like 3 cars.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was a total miracle.
Yeah.
Some cracked windows, go inside, stuff is strewn all over the place. They're dealing, I'm dealing, because I haven't been able to, there's no cell phone, so I haven't talked to anybody.
Right.
Total panic. I went back to my girlfriend's place. People had almost already started picking over the Ralphs at 3rd and La Brea.
You mean looting or
Not looting, just like buying shit. Like, I have my toilet paper, water, oh my God.
Like COVID.
And then because a lot of places were closed and there was nowhere to get food, the line for the Burger King at Sunset and La Brea, the drive-through line went down like almost all the way to Highland.
Really?
Wow.
Just crazy because nothing was open.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So people were...
Nobody wanted to cook.
No.
They're too stressed.
Too stressed.
God, that was Burger King's best year.
Right?
For that particular Burger King. My God, best day ever.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So but the thing about that earthquake that was also so crazy, do you remember the next day, the aftershocks
Yeah.
were some
right.
of them were bigger than what people have experienced.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be an earthquake snob, but anytime there's
Please,
an
snob out.
earthquake you go on Twitter and people are like, oh, blah, 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 and I just want to say, you just have
You don't
no
know.
idea.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Those are youngsters
yeah.
on Twitter, though.
Exactly.
They don't know.
They don't.
But you survived, and
We survived.
Yeah. And then every time there's a new earthquake, are you like freaking out, or are you just kind of like, this is nothing compared to?
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened. Knock on wood. I mean, I will say that the aftershocks the next day were hectic.
Yeah.
And that took a little bit of mental strength because you didn't know when the aftershocks started if they were going to roll into something bigger.
Right.
Sure.
Like I remember the windows in our old home, like not squeaking, just making a very specific noise as if they were being squeezed.
Oh God.
Like, and when the aftershocks were happening,
Yeah.
that just is just something that stuck with me. But there has not been anything remotely close to.
Well, apparently we're due,
Guess what? It's coming.
according
I
to
know.
I'm sorry.
Christine's
I know.
research.
Break the bad news, but
Yeah, that will
We're-
break Twitter.
we're
when
due.
that happens.
Yeah. Well, it will break Twitter because we won't have it. 'cause
Right.
The power's going to go down. So everybody's
So something good will happen.
So hopefully you have your crank radio or
Yeah.
your battery operated radio.
But I like this.
Yeah.
I've completely forgot about that because it's
Yep.
been so long.
Yeah, you'll still need like the things you didn't have then, you're going to not have them again because we're going to lose all the power and the cell phone towers are only going to be available for about 4 hours. So you're going to have your phone as long as you have a battery charge, unless you're one of those people that has a really good generator and has all your backup ways to power
Right.
things. But eventually those will all go out.
Well, Brendan, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
What a fun story.
Going down memory lane.
Fun revisiting that
Yes.
crazy
Early
time
90s LA.
period.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Thank
Yep.
you. And we will be back right after this with What Did We Learn Today?
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
This episode is sponsored by AutoTrader. There's a good chance you're driving right now. Look around. Safely. What do you see? Cars. Lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan, leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped, self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars, used cars, electric cars, and one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it, AutoTrader. Find your next car on autotrader.com.
Christine,
Danielle,
are you ready to learn what we learned today?
God, I need to learn something.
Beware when planning debate watch parties, or you might become the unintended spokesperson for the Democratic Party.
Why not me?
What exactly? The entire planet is earthquaking.
Yeah.
Per the playlist, what's playlist?
It's a website.
Glenn Powell revealed that he's never been approached to appear in the DC or Marvel movie. The audition he blew was to play Han Solo in Solo. Okay, I got my franchises mixed
Wow,
up.
it's close enough.
Oh, that guy was a fucking dud.
Who was that?
Who played exactly?
Oh,
did he go on to do anything?
yeah. Eldon Eldridge or something like that, I think his name is, or something.
Eldon Eldridge?
That can't be right. Maybe his last name.
Eldon Eldridge.
Maybe that's not right.
Maybe.
Like what's from Brady Bunch? Glass?
George Glass.
George Glass.
Philip
yeah.
Glass.
Philip Glass, yeah. The 1994 Northridge earthquake affected the Los Angeles area of California on January 17th, 1994. The epicenter of the moment magnitude 6.7 blind thrust earthquake was beneath the San Fernando Valley. Blind thrust earthquake? Is that like
I think that means like the boom. Like
okay.
Actually, you can't see what I'm pushing my hand forward like a thrust. That's quoted. That's not.
Okay. Yeah, never heard of it.
That's not a GC original.
Earthquake expert much.
Alden Aaron Rich is his name.
Can I see a picture of him?
Yes.
Maybe he was fine and the movie was just dumb. I don't remember. I thought he was sort of a dud, but
he's very handsome. He looks like Ernest Hemingway.
He is handsome.
They should make him play Ernest Hemingway in a biopic.
He was just in something recently and I don't remember.
Was it an Ernest Hemingway biopic?
What is that? White Elephant Mountains or something?
I don't know.
Elephants in the mountains.
Never heard of that. A liquefaction zone is an area where loose, water-saturated soil can lose strength and turn into a liquid-like substance during an earthquake. The process is called liquefaction, and it can cause significant damage to buildings and other structures.
Well, you've both got it.
Yeah, we have liquefaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that sounds scary.
I'm sorry for you guys.
Well, there was a huge, a dam that broke in where I live, like in the 20s or some crazy flood. A flood happened.
Oh, wow.
So I bet there's still, who knows, maybe there's still liquefaction potential because of it. I don't know. USGS stands for United States Geological Survey.
Oh, survey, not society.
Idiot. A science bureau within the United States Department of the Interior. The USGS is the country's largest civilian mapping agency and science agency for the earth, water, and biological sciences.
You know, I think Trump's going to get rid of it if he gets elected.
I'm sure he will. I would not want to be part of the USGS because I think it would be hard to say. I'm finding it hard.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and it looks wrong. It just doesn't look like letters that should go together.
Like Uggs.
Yeah, but
like
it's
Uggs.
What if they started calling it the USGUS?
The USGUS?
USGUS is better.
USGUS.
I'm with USGUS.
Or like Gus Gus from Cinderella. Stop, do not run, drop, take cover, hold on to something.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Stop, do not run, drop, take cover. You know, I feel like 3 of those are the same thing. If you just said drop, you're going to stop, drop. You're not going to be running if you drop.
Yeah.
I would just say drop, take cover, hold on to something.
Yes.
I can't remember. As we know, I can't remember more than 15 seconds worth of information. So
same. I've already forgotten the entire first of this episode.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we talked about.
Sunspots.
Oh, I have those.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Okay.
Do not use a doorway except if you know it is a strongly supported load-bearing doorway and it is close to you. Many inside doorways are lightly constructed and do not offer protection.
Yeah, who knows what doorways are load-bearing unless
Yeah,
they built the house.
Right.
And I don't think anything made within the last 20-some-odd years here is going to have anything like
Yeah,
that.
it sounds like a...
No, you can't trust that. Guys, I'm so excited about our new merchandise. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, please check it out. I think the sale is still going. We had a couple winners on our bonus episode. You know, you guys, if you're not getting our bonus episodes yet, we do a lot of cool stuff.
We do.
And
we have
you
a lot
should
of fun.
Check it out. You can do trial membership. for 7 days.
Good idea.
For a Patreon. And then you might listen to a bonus episode and go, oh, I've been missing this monthly party. I want to get in on it.
Monthly party.
Why
that's
am I
right.
not in on it? Anyway, we love you. Until next time,
Remain calm.